Hello and welcome to HD Racing. We are back, and this time we are not on GT3 but actually in a GT4, specifically in the Aston Martin GT4, and we're still on LFM. So we are on Barcelona, which is the current week's track for GT4s, and qualifying just completed, and I managed to get into P11. I'm not really that happy with my time, but it's fine. Just reiterating what I said in the first video where I drove the McLaren GT3 at Imola. Position isn't that important right now to me. As you can see, I'm still in rookie. Even though I'm really close, I think I need 4.0 safety rating to leave rookie. But yeah, we'll get there eventually. But yeah, still in rookie at the moment. And I decided to go for the GT4 race. I really enjoy GT4s. Very different, or at least somewhat different to drive. I think it produces closer racing than GT3 does. Even though I think the GT3 race that we had on Imola was quite nice and had some good racing, well, some close racing, not so great racing from my part. So what I want to change up for this race, especially since it's a 30-minute race, I want to focus on racing a bit more. And since I already talked quite a bit about my setup, so basically what you see on screen and yeah, some other things, I don't need to reiterate that here. So this time I really want to focus more on racing and trying to race as well as I can. So on GT4, as I said, 30-minute race. It's also full formation lap, as you can see, which is quite nice for GT4s because you don't have tire warmers, so tires are very cold in the beginning. So the full formation lap for GT4s really makes a lot of sense to get the tires at least somewhat up to temperature. Should be coming up on double file soon though.
We need to follow car number 07 in the right lane.
Oh, by the way, if you were wondering, even in the last video I didn't talk about it, the voice that you just heard and also the calls when I'm side to side with someone, that is crew chief. I find that really helpful. I think a lot of people use it just because especially when you're racing, it is way more accurate if you're side to side with someone, and you don't have to look at the radar as much. So yeah, the other stuff is like hit and miss for me. I might fiddle with the settings to get some of these messages out, but like in general it's pretty good. But we are racing.
Left side. Still there.
Let's go. As I said again,
Hold your line.
trying to stay out of trouble. So first corner is always difficult.
Left side. Still there. Clear left. On your left.
I
Hold your line.
have to be very careful.
Hold your line. Hold your line. Still there. Clear left.
So far, no contact. It's good.
On your left.
As spin in front.
Clear left. Car left.
Managed to
Clear
avoid
left.
it.
Langer is now in the lead. Yellow flag, stay sharp.
So. Be
Left
careful.
side. Clear left.
Green flag,
You
you're
need to be
clear.
a little bit careful with the guys behind. And so far so good. As I said in the GT3 video, let's keep it clean. Let's keep it tidy. No, a lawnmower just started outside. I hope you can't hear that. A little bit distracting. As I said, hopefully not for you. No. Alright. So, at least I have quite a gap behind already. But I also have quite the gap in front. So,
P9.
let's try to catch up a little. But first lap went good. I always have to brake deceptively early for T1 and GT4. Can brake way later in GT3. Like in general, braking points are fairly similar between the two classes. But sometimes, especially in heavy braking zones, you have to brake quite a lot earlier in GT4. Something to remember. But yeah, let's try to stay with the people in front and not get caught by the people behind. And let's also try to not get off tracks. Because as I said, those are incident points which I really do not want. So I might talk a little less in this video, but I still try to comment on stuff that's going on, obviously. But I want to focus a little more on racing well.
P9.
Lap time isn't that great, so let's focus up. Try and brake early enough for T1. That was better. I think they're still fighting behind as well. That will help me.
The gap to Schwab behind is increasing. It's now 1.2.
The Barcelona track that I'm definitely more familiar with than Imola. And also I already did a race this week, also in the GT4, but that was a wild one, because it was a rain race, something that I didn't even know was possible, because I didn't really look at the settings. But yeah, that was wild. It was raining, and halfway through the race it stopped. And I decided to stay on wet tires, and well, in the end they were basically just balloons, and it was really difficult to drive.
Your last lap time was
But at least this time I am more in my element because there is no rain. And this lap time was actually kind of nice. Oh, not the best out of T1. The guy behind is actually catching. So need to improve a little more. But also consistency is key. So if I can just stay at this pace, hopefully that will be enough to keep him behind.
Okay, D, don't let this guy distract you. Tyre temps are good.
And again, if you maybe noticed, the chicane, as on Imola, is probably my weakest part of the track. But time was good. This lap time was pretty good. Staying with the guy in front. And the guy in the back also isn't catching. He also had quite the oversteer moment back there. If I saw that correctly in my mirror. So yeah. If I can keep up this pace, maybe I can keep this position. I was a little bit too late on brakes there, and that already cost me 2 tenths. That's quite a lot, I think. And that's GT4s for you. It's a lot of momentum based, way more than GT3. If you lose a little bit of momentum somewhere, it will definitely show in your lap time. But yeah, just need to stay focused. Guy behind is definitely way faster through the chicane. He caught up a lot.
That lap was at 156.00.
He might go for an attack at some point, hopefully not into T1.
Come on, head up. Keep your focus further down the track. That's 20 minutes to go.
Or just, let's just say, hopefully he doesn't dive me. I don't know. Did he have to avoid me, or was that something else? Didn't feel like I was blocking him, but he went off track, lost the position. I hope that wasn't on me. Oh, running too wide
Gap
here.
to Oaks in front is now 2.1 seconds.
The other guy behind is also at least on pace with me, or I think he's a little bit faster, I would say. So that qualified in P11. It's probably a little bit too far forward for my pace, but I'm still keeping same distance to the guy in front. That is quite nice. And the guy is behind just made some mistake. Maybe. And continue to stay ahead, even though the guy that is good through the chicane is behind me again. see if he's catching.
Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace.
Doesn't
Sector
look
2
like it
is
right now.
0.9 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.5 off the pace.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
That was a good T1. Keep this up. Well, not the best exit out of the happen. It's losing me 10th or so.
The gap to Schwab behind is now 1.5 seconds.
Let's go, Chief. Oh boy. Oh, late on brakes. That cost me a lot.
Your tyre temperatures are fine.
Didn't feel like I was that late on brakes. Oh, we're now running wide here as well. That is not good. Let's focus up again. Again. Such a good start to the lap, but somehow misjudged my braking point into the second hairpin, I would call that. I actually don't know the names of the turns here in Barcelona, so forgive me. Missed the apex a bit. Fail. Almost half distance. Guys behind are closing in again. I am also actually not quite sure if I'm gonna feel tire degradation in a 30-minute race in GT4. Don't have a lot of experience.
Okay, D, 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
So
Keep digging. This isn't over yet. We're halfway home. Fuel is tight. You
We'll
might
have
need
to
to save
see.
some fuel to get to the end.
fuel is tight, he says. Well, I had 40 liters with formation lap. Should be enough. Oh boy. Missed the
Right side.
braking from there. And now he's
Still there.
side by side.
Clear right.
Yeah, well done by him.
Don't panic.
Guy behind is
E10.
also catching. But as a position is not that important to me.
On your right.
Car on the right.
Still there.
Brake early enough.
Hold your line.
Still side by
Clear
side.
right.
I might have been a little too
Car in
careful
front
there,
is
but
Drake.
safety over position. At least in the beginning here while I'm still in rookies. I'd rather them having a safe pass than me screwing up somehow.
Okay, D, you've got half your fuel left.
And this leading to some sort of incident. Because so far this was a nice and clean race. Don't want to ruin that.
to Drake. Ahead is increasing. It's now 1.1.
You could clearly see that they were faster than me. So keeping them directly behind me would have been a bad idea, I'm pretty sure, so... I'm just now gonna try and stay with them. They are also on a very similar pace and will start fighting, or at least it's very likely. Well, I might be able to capitalize if they do. Let's just try and stay with them. Guy behind is almost 10 seconds away, so nothing to worry about for now. A little late there on T1 braking.
The next car is Schwab.
Next car is very uncertain, I would say, because now they actually swap positions. Let's just try and stay on
Right
pace,
side tyres are cold.
try and stay with them, and we'll see what happens. So far they've also been racing very clean, so hopefully that stays that way, but always, especially in these rookie races, you need to be careful. Everything can happen. Even though there's something that maybe has to be said, GT3 has a series just for rookies, and if you're out of rookies you can't even participate in it anymore. While in GT4s you have to have the rookie license, but you can still participate if you're higher rank, by the way. So pretty sure these guys in front, looking at their car number in the bottom left, I would say they are not in rookies anymore. Most likely. So that's something to keep in mind. GT4 is basically open to everyone. Not a lot of people race GT4s. There was only one split, if I saw that correctly, for this race. And there's 22 people. So not a lot of people race GT4s, which I don't really understand.
Ahead is now 1.1.
And it's a little sad actually, because I quite like and enjoy driving GT4.
Alright D, 10 minutes to go. That's
They are
10
not as
minutes
fast
left.
as
Focus on the
GT3, they
exits.
don't have
We can
that
go
much
faster here.
aero. But that also makes them a lot of fun to drive, in my opinion. And while trying out all the cars, I settled on this, the Aston Martin. Just feels nice, and also is different kind of take on what I'm normally driving, which is the McLaren GT3. Which is a very high downforce, mid-engine car. This is a front-engine car. And since it's GT4, not a lot of downforce. Some, but not that much. This guy in front of me is struggling a little. He's making some mistakes and I'm getting closer. So, again, let's reiterate, keep it safe. Keep it a little more tidy than this. I was a little distracted by him being in front of me. It's something I gotta get used to. Racing with other people on track, and
Your lap time
sometimes
was at 156.11.
sometimes you can't see the braking points as well. You basically need to have some other reference, or at least be able to
Castro is
judge
leading the race.
from the surroundings where you need to brake. If you can't see the braking point because someone in front of you is blocking your view. Something that comes with experience, I think. Interestingly, in GT4, at least this week, I don't know if it's like this all the time, there's a lot of Alpines. Either a lot of people like him, or it's quite good.
You've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
I'm not sure. I couldn't really get to grips with it, so as I said, it settled on the Aston Martin, which also has a nice sound, I think. I really enjoy that. Almost ran a little wild there. Ooh, that was definitely too much curb. Might be my first track warning. Maybe I got one before, I'm actually not quite sure. As I said, every track warning is an incident point, something you don't want to get.
Schwab ahead is now 1.8 seconds.
So yeah, because of that mistake, lost out. But guy behind is still quite a ways off.
Pio is now leading.
And I'm actually quite happy with my pace. .55.27 is my best time right now. I can definitely go faster. And I might be able to with the fuel getting lower. But also the tires might be quite worn out already. Alright, I went a little deep there. Made a mistake in shifting up into 5th before that happened. Something I don't want to do in this car, I've noticed. Yeah, overall quite happy with the race so far. Maybe not as exciting and action-packed as the GT3 race that we had before. That had a lot of, well, mistakes by me and also quite some side-by-sides, overtakes. Wait. Then again, the beginning was actually also quite nice in this race. Quite some action and some incidents to avoid.
5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
But now, since we've settled in, and clearly not a match for the guy that's 2 places in front. He's pulling away, and the guy in front is also definitely more consistent than I am.
P11.
But I can, for now, keep the guys behind me at bay. Set. Still quite far away. Oh, the guy in front must have missed his braking point and he went, well, off track. Doesn't seem to have slowed him down though. Maybe he's gotten a warning, but
Your tire temperatures look good.
unless he already racked some up, that really doesn't matter. No. Again, shifted up to 5th. Something I really need to be aware of. It's kind of automatic already when I shift up. Don't really think about that. A combination of the engine sound and the rev strip in the dash. But in that particular corner I actually don't want to do that. Or before that corner. Feels like I was a little late there. No, my braking point Like, I think I've hit the brakes at my braking point. Maybe the worn tires also come into play now.
The gap to Schwab ahead is increasing. It's now 3.0 seconds.
Yep. The guy in front is definitely pulling away.
Okay, D. We estimate you've got 5 minutes of fuel remaining.
Alright. 5 minutes of fuel is more than enough. So, I think my calculations were correct. I'm usually using a Android app to calculate my fuel. I think it's called ACC Strategist. I find that really helpful. Keeps me from like either doing calculations myself based on the lap times and length of the race, and of course you can do that without any help from a tool, but I think a lot of people use external tools. So either web-based ones, there are Discord bots, like a lot of things you can use, but I found the phone app quite nice. You can just pick that up before the race. Put in the values for my fuel usage, length of the race, and usual lap times, and then just gives me the amount of fuel I need. Also can calculate in formation laps, short and full. So yeah, find that really helpful. So ACC Strategies, I think it's on Android and on iOS. Not 100% on the iOS app, but I think it is. Interestingly, looking at the delta, the guy behind is slowly catching.
You've just done at 155.
Unless I make a mistake.
On your left, clear left.
We're running on fumes, mate.
I barely saw that guy. Unless I make some stupid mistake, he should not be able to catch me. But the guy in the barrier there, it was a back marker. I just saw the dust that was kicked up. I was like, okay, this is a guy in front that just went a little off track for some reason, but actually no. There was some guy in the left wall on the start finish straight. Maybe he, I don't know, did he run out of fuel? Because like you don't usually crash there. I mean, it's just a straight. Little weird. Maybe he ran out of fuel. Not something I'm doing. Seems actually quite perfect. Maybe even could have gone with 1 liter less. I think that's what the app output was, 39 liters for this race. I just decided to play it safe and take 1 liter more. So I started with 40. Which probably would have not been necessary, but better be safe than sorry. Last 2 corners. As I said, not taking the chicane all that well, but overall pretty good race. Nice.
P11, that's the end of the race. Never mind.
I'll bring the car back.
Never mind. Thanks, crew chief. I don't know what he's on about. As I said, might have to tweak some of the messages. Sometimes it can get a little bit annoying. But yeah, overall, pretty decent. Started in P11. Was able to get in front because of some incidents that happened. But yeah, the guys that were behind me, the 2 Alpines, they were definitely faster than me. So it was correct to let them go and just tried to keep up my pace, which I did. So I'm quite happy. So let's park it up here and go to the garage. So yeah, that was a 30-minute race in GT4 at Barcelona. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I think it was not that interesting of a race as the GT3 race, but it still was quite nice, and you could hopefully see that I can also be quite consistent if I focus on it. So at least this was better in this race. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and it's probably also gonna give me some safety rating, and I'll probably, maybe, I think I'll move out of rookies, and well, we'll be able to do non-rookie races for GT3. We'll see how that is like. I haven't done that before. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some more races that I can show you, and until that point, thank you for watching, and see you next time.